Hey strangers, welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Matt and I help people overcome retroactive jealousy. In this video, we're gonna talk about 3 ways in which we can rise above retroactive jealousy, 3 ways in which we can defeat RJ once and for all, especially on those days and those moments, those even months where we feel so stuck, where we feel so defeated by RJ and we feel like there's no way out. How can we really start to rise above this and understand we are bigger, better, and can easily overcome the circumstances that we're going through, this condition that we are suffering from? So I'll give you 3 of my favorite tips. What really worked well for me has worked well with many people that I've shared it with, and that I think will work absolute wonders in your life as well as you go through your journey in overcoming retroactive jealousy. Before we get started though, if you could take a quick moment and smash the like button so you can activate YouTube's algorithm and we can get this video out to more people that really need to see it. So I'd greatly appreciate it. And of course, I want to thank you for your patience over the last couple weeks. I know I haven't posted a new video. If any of you read my announcements area, or it's called discussion, I don't know what the correct term YouTube has for it, but I was visiting my family members. It was my grandma's 86th birthday, so we did a kind of a big surprise party for her. So I hopped on the airplane, went over to Oregon, and was there for about a week. So that's why there was no new content, but a lot of you checked out some of the older content that I put up last year. So that was kind of cool to get some new comments and new feedback on some of my older content that I put up. But back now to the regular posting schedule, so look forward to seeing me quite frequently now in your lives again. And one more thing, it is still April, and I know I've been doing my April specials. Still happening. It's still happening because we're celebrating 1 year on YouTube. Actually, I think the 21st was like 1 year where like I posted the first video, something like that. I think it was right around there. So we're officially 1 year here. And so yes, to celebrate that, any course you buy, you get 30 days of free email coaching with me, any of the courses. If you bundle and buy all 3 of my courses, you get 90 days of email coaching with me. And then of course I have spots open. I had a couple people finish their 30 days of the WhatsApp RJ coaching with me just last week. So I've got 2 additional spots open for anybody that wants to do the WhatsApp coaching through retroactive jealousy. So you get my personal WhatsApp information and we can talk via audio, talk via video, talk via text message. Whatever you need, any questions you want answered or that I can guide you along the way in your journey in overcoming RJ, I'll tell you exactly what worked for me, what has worked for others, and we can get you really taking strides to get to the other side, to get out of the clutches of retroactive jealousy. So all that information is available in the links in the description below. Look forward to talking to you personally, and so we can crush this thing once and for all. But for today's video, 3 ways we can rise above retroactive jealousy. This is very important. Number 1 is understanding that retroactive jealousy is not you. Very important, very important. Because it feels like us, right? It feels these negative emotions that we're feeling, these judgmental thoughts that we're having. It feels like it's us. We feel the emotion, we get the thoughts from it. We say, this is our beliefs, this is what we believe. This must be true, this must be us, right? And so we kind of almost go into this downward spiral of, well, how do I change my thoughts? How do I change my beliefs? How do I change my emotions? How do I change all this stuff? But on the surface, the truth is, this pain, these emotions, these thoughts that we're having, it's not us. It is this condition known as retroactive jealousy that is inside of us. That's very important to split the 2 apart, because rationally, I'm sure that you can look at your partner's past and think, maybe I don't necessarily agree with what took place, but I don't want to think about it all the time, right? Maybe I don't agree with it, but I want to be okay with it. I just don't want to think about it all the time. I want to move past it. I want to just enjoy my relationship with my partner now, right? So rationally, you're okay with it, right? In one way or another, you're okay with it. Maybe not 100% on board, but it's not something you need to think about all the time. It would be like if your team was in the Super Bowl and lost the Super Bowl. You probably don't agree with the outcome of the Super Bowl, right? But you don't think about it all the time. You just say, yeah, that happened. Yeah, it sucked, but I'm moving on, right? That's kind of how we are with our RJ, with these things of the past. We want to be okay with them, but the retroactive jealousy, this condition that's inside of us, brings all that to the surface all the time. We get caught in this OCD loop. So it's so important to differentiate us and this condition known as retroactive jealousy. We are not RJ. We are not this condition, okay? This condition is living inside of us and trying to stay alive, manifesting itself in ways through our emotions and different things that we're feeling. So we need to relabel these thoughts and these feelings when they come up as retroactive jealousy, as not being us. And this is so important, and I've talked about this before, especially in my OCD course. And for those of you that are a member of my retroactive jealousy break free of OCD course, we talk about relabeling. Relabeling is disabling. So we need to relabel retroactive jealousy for what it truly is. It's retroactive jealousy. It's just a condition. And once this condition inside of us is gone, we will no longer have these really painful, intrusive thoughts anymore. And so when we get a thought, an RJ thought, you might have just had one just now, or you'll have one very soon, I'm sure. Instead of saying, oh, I can't believe I believe this, or oh, why did this have to happen? Or instead of identifying with that thought, identifying with the emotion, stop yourself and relabel it. Relabel the thought when it comes in. Take a breath. It doesn't feel good, but remind yourself. You can even say it out loud if you're by yourself. This is not me. This is retroactive jealousy. This feeling, this emotion, these thoughts, it's not me. It's this condition that's alive inside of me. Okay, we're relabeling. We're relabeling, right? Breaking free of the clutches of RJ by actually telling our brains that this is not us. We don't have to react in this way to these thoughts. These emotions that come up are not us. Rationally, we know that we want to be okay with our RJ. So all of these emotions, all these feelings, this is not us. This is RJ. This is not us. This is not us. That's so important, so important. The book Brain Lock talks a lot about this, and I forget the author's name off the top of my head, and I know it, but I forget it. But the author of the book talks about this. Relabeling is disabling. It's so important. This is how you break free from OCD. This is how you break free from depression. A lot of people, anxiety is, this is not us. This is anxiety. This is not us. This is just this depression. It's a condition. It's not us. Once this condition inside of us is no longer there, once it dies, once it goes away, we can breathe again, right? The stuff we think about that used to bother us doesn't bother us anymore. Or if it does bother us, we can easily rationally say, I don't want to think about this anymore, and then we don't think about it anymore. So it's very important to relabel every time you get an RJ thought. Not explore it, not do a compulsion, not try to get the answer, because none of that's going to help us. It's going to make things worse, because now we're identifying with it. We're saying this is us when we need to find answers or get the solution. There is no solution that will satisfy us. So remember, anytime the thought comes up, anytime the emotion comes up, take a breath. It doesn't feel good. Understand that. Say, this is not me. This is RJ. Whatever word. This is not me. This is just a condition that's inside of me. It's not forever. I'm healing. I'm getting better. So powerful. The second one is kind of goes hand in hand. And it has to do with the emotional side of things, right? Because as I always say, it's not the thought that bothers us, it's the emotion that comes up that bothers us. We don't like the feeling of negative emotion. Us as human beings, we don't like feeling negative emotion, which is interesting because we feel it every day, and you'd feel like by now we'd just be used to it and be like, bleh. But whatever, the way we're wired, we don't like feeling negative emotion. We get that thought, we get that negative response, we feel like we're in danger of dying, something's gonna happen, and so we try to escape that emotion. The truth is, nothing bad's gonna happen to us, right? Nothing bad's gonna happen. We're not back in the prehistoric ages. There's no saber-tooth tigers chasing after us. We're not, in a tribe and the tribe evicts us, and so we, think we're gonna have to go on our own and die and survive on our own. No, we're fine. Everything's fine. Everything's gonna be okay. It's just an emotion, and the emotion is a liar in this case. So when we stop fearing the emotions that come up, we no longer have retroactive jealousy, okay? When we stop fearing the emotions that come up, we no longer suffer from anxiety, okay? That's very, very important to understand. So when we no longer fear the negative emotion, it no longer has control over us. So when we, get the thought, when we relabel it as not us, as RJ, we feel that negative emotion, sit with it, okay? Don't judge it, just sit with it. Feel the emotion. Feel the emotion. Don't interact with it, just kind of feel it. Almost relish it and savor it. Just say to yourself, I'm human, I'm emotional. You can feel the emotion and just kind of laugh at it almost, because you know that you're okay, that this emotion is almost a fake emotion. Nothing's going to happen. You're not in danger of dying. That would be the only reason you would have to feel this negative emotion, this anxious feeling, is because you got the fight or flight response, but there's no reason to fight or flight or freeze. Everything's okay. You're probably sitting in your, at home watching this on your phone, on a computer, whatever it is. You're totally okay. You're not in any danger. So it's to remind yourself constantly, no longer fear this emotion. Understand this emotion is a liar. It's an illusion, right? It's an illusion because nothing bad's going to happen to us by feeling this emotion. And the more we feel the emotions and let them go and not act on them, the less power they have over us, the less we start to fear these emotions, and the less our brain will then stop flooding our bodies with adrenaline when these thoughts and emotions come up. It's a win-win-win on all sides when we don't act on these emotions, when we understand that they're not real, right? So that's very, very key, very, very important. Now, the third one is to don't be a victim, okay? Don't be a victim to these thoughts, to the retroactive jealousy. I like to say, don't be the victim, be the overcomer, or don't be a victim, be the slayer, be the RJ slayer, okay? It's very easy for us to feel these emotions as real, to allow it to suck away the joy from our day, and then we, curl up in a ball and say, I don't want to do anything. I just want to, explore these thoughts and try to get to the bottom of them, and don't bother me until I've got to the bottom of it. And obviously that never happens. That used to happen with me all the time. I used to leave work early because I'd be like, if I just come home and have like 3 hours to sit by myself in my bedroom, I can think about these thoughts over and over and over again, and I can get to the bottom of it. That's all I need is like 3 hours alone by myself, just to think it over. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Okay. And then I find out after that 3 hours, I was worse off than I was before, because then I was digging myself into more holes into these thoughts and getting myself tangled up. I've done things where I canceled plans with friends because I wasn't feeling good because of my RJ, and playing almost that victim mentality that, no, I shouldn't do this. No, I can't do this because I don't feel good right now because of these emotions. But no, it's the opposite. We have to slay this beast, slay this dragon. And we do it by looking it in the eye, giving it a big old punch in the face, right? Becoming the slayer, not the victim, not letting it control our lives, not letting it rising up, even though we're feeling it, right? This is very painful, but facing it head on. Yeah, that's part of the reason I wore this shirt today, right? Warrior. We got to be a warrior against this thing. We have to rise up no matter how bad we're hurting and face this thing head on. And, it's one of those things that I like to say, short-term pain for long-term happiness. The more pain we feel now in the present, facing this thing head on, the easier life becomes. When we do what's easy, our life is hard. But if we do what's hard, our life will be easy. And that's so incredibly important, that if we give up now and we give into these thoughts and we let this control our lives, we will regret it for the rest of our lives. I was listening to a podcast about a Navy SEAL guy who was talking about going through Hell Week, being in Navy SEAL training. And basically one time they can't sleep for like 3 days, and they have to go in like this mud pit, and this freezing cold mud pit, mud up to their like necks, and they have to sit in this freezing cold mud pit for hours, having not slept for 3 days, and they can't go to sleep, they can't do anything. And like they're the people in charge are walking around and taunting them and basically saying like, go ahead, get out of the mud, go get out of the mud. I got a blanket over here, I got coffee over here, you can relax. I got a pizza coming. Relax over here with a blanket. Come on, get out. Trying to feed them on to get out. He's like, you'll make our lives so easy if you get out, because once you get out, you're gone. And so the guys would just sit in the mud, so uncomfortable in that moment. But knowing if they gave up now and got out to get the coffee, got out to put the warm blanket on them just to feel good in the moment, they would regret it for the rest of their lives, because they'd be kicked out. They'd be kicked out. There'd be no future for them in being a Navy SEAL, which is what their desire was. So they sat in the discomfort and sat in it and sat in the discomfort. One guy said he started singing a song, even though they're in so much pain and agony, he started singing a positive song, just to get the mind out of the gutter. But long story short, they overcame that short-term pain of sitting in the mud of that Hell Week. And now this guy's gone on to write books, all this stuff about overcoming obstacles, overcoming fears. So much power. And that was because he didn't give up through these times of hardship, through these times of pain. Just a small amount of time. Even if you've been, suffering with RJ for a year, longer, some people have, I understand that, but understand that's just such a short period of time compared to the rest of your life. And if you can understand that, and understand You know, that this is not you, this is RJ. This is RJ. This is a condition that's happening inside of you. It's not you. When you feel that negative emotion, relish in it. Say, you know, pound on your chest, I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of you. You're just an illusion. I don't fall for tricks. I don't fall for illusions. This emotion is not me. But if you want to come emotion, I'll feel you, but I'll let it power me in other levels of my life. I'll let it power me to be a better partner. I'll let it power me to become a better person, to work on self-development, things like that. And at the end result, understand, you're going to look RJ right in the eye, stand up to it, not be a victim to it anymore. Stand up to it and slay it, take it down. When you don't feel like doing something, do it. When the RJ says, no, don't do it, feel sorry for yourself, be a victim to the circumstance, you get up and you do it. You be a warrior. You be a warrior. And I really feel like if you could tackle these 3 things, really develop these mindsets, it will change your life forever. Not only will you overcome retroactive jealousy, it will change all areas of your life forever in absolutely incredible ways. If you enjoyed this video today, please take a moment and smash the like button so we can get the video out to more people that need to see it. Also, subscribe to the channel if you have not already done so. Click the notification bell so you are alerted every time I post a new video. And of course, if you want to take advantage of the April specials, anytime you buy a course, you get 30 days of email coaching. Or if you want to bundle all my courses, you get 90 days of email coaching. All available in links in the description below. I also have 2 spots available for my month-long WhatsApp coaching. If you want more personal help, want to be able to send me audios, videos, text messages, take me on the go on your phone, whatever it is, kind of funny. You respond to me on the go. I do too. Anytime I have a kind of a free moment or I'm on a walk or something, I'll pull out my phone and start responding. Very cool the way it works. And the feedback on that, people that are in the middle of it doing it already, has just been awesome. I learned just as much from you as you learned from me, as crazy as that is. So it's a win-win for everybody. So that's available too in the links in the description below. So please check that out. I'd love to be able to help you personally on your journey in overcoming retroactive jealousy, but I'll let you go for now. Thank you for allowing me into your home today, and I will see you in the next video.